Hi everyone, so I've got something sparkly and fun for the holiday season. I am launching 5 liquid Lurex eyeshadows, and these are creamy liquid shadows. They are not too watery but not completely solid. They are creamy and very, very easy to blend. And the whole point of them is that you just need one shade and you use your fingers, and they take about less than a minute to blend. And once they're set, they're really, really set. So there are 5 shades in total, and I'd say the inspiration across all of the shades in terms of the texture and the sparkle is very much the 70s. They're glamorous, but they're chic. I'd say that it was a nod to Studio 54. So the first shade is Bianca, and this is the most beautiful silvery minky heather shade. You can see this is the most beautiful shade. This is a very me shade, I have to say. It's got all that wonderful pearl in it, all those different colours of pearl. Such a sweet, blushing, silvery lavender. So here's Bianca at the top, applied just as a thin layer and blended in. You can see how transparent it looks. Or you can build up the colour and get more of a rich payoff. And you can do the same with all of the shades. They can either be really transparent or built up. The second of the lightest shades, and this one is called Angelica. And this one is really stunning. You can see that properly. That's what I would call a really taupey, smoky topaz colour. Very easy to wear. Beautiful. You can see the shine on that. It's gorgeous. So the next shade, and the first of the 2 true metallics, is this beautiful gold, which I've called Lauren. And this is what I would call a really true gold leaf shade. So it's very reminiscent of Klimt paintings, if you think of the Kiss, with that real kind of flash of true gold. Second of the true metallics, and this shade is called Diana. And this one is a warm, coppery sienna. It's got that real strength to it. And then finally we have Liza. This is a really deep charcoal shade that's shot through with silver flashes. This really is like the edge of the universe. We've got the blackness, but then it's shot through with really rich pearls, pinky magentas and golds. So this is all 5 applied as quite a heavy swatch. So right through from the lighter shades to the more metallic to the more intense colours. And you can see that when you apply them like this, you get a really good payoff of colour, but you can also apply them in a much lighter layer that just gives you that beautifully almost wet look eye. Although the eye looks glossy, they just really stay in place. So I've just applied Lauren just as a wash of colour and also a little bit more intensely, just so I can show you that when you rub, you don't smudge them once they are set. So I'm going to start by using Bianca. And as I said, this is a minky lavender, and it is one of the more subtle in terms of pigment payoff, but it still has that wonderful wet shine. So I'm going to start, on this eye, I'm going to do more of a wash of it. And on this eye, I'm going to do more of a intense coverage, just so you can see the 2 effects. I'm actually going to just dab it onto my eye, and then I'm going to show you how I do it without even looking in the mirror, because it is so easy to use. So just dab it on, and while it's still wet, before it sets, just blend it all over the eyelid, and you really don't need to worry about it. And that's just a really nice kind of veil of colour all over the lid. And then on this eye, I'm going to put it on quite a bit more intensely, right down to the lid, all over the lid. And then I'm just going to use, again, my finger just to tap those edges to make sure the edges are blended. And that's done. You can kind of feel it setting. Doesn't take long. So that's a more intense kind of version of it. A little bit more colour, a little bit more shine. And that's the light version. But it's just so easy. It takes a minute. Another way you can apply it is just as a line. So I'm going to do, you could do this without doing a wash all over, or you could do a wash all over and then go back in with a small brush and just do a line. It's really nice by the time you've got your mascara on. It just gives you that flash of light behind your lashes. So that also looks really beautiful. Another thing you can do is use it along your lower lash line. So you can either do it with a brush, probably easier with a brush actually, or again with fingers. Just use it with a brush. I'm just going to blend. Doesn't need much blending. And that just frames the whole eye. So there's just so many different ways you can use it. Light wash, put on more, build up the colour underneath. Just use it in the inner corner, which looks really nice as well, or just as a liner. So you can see the finished effect is more like, almost like a wet look eye. So it has that shimmer to it, but it's not really, it's not glittery, it's not big pieces of glitter. I like it as well because obviously on my crinkly eyelids, it's not accentuating that. And it just looks, whether it's a wash or whether it's more intense, it looks kind of fresh. And once it's set, it really is set, so you can't kind of move it around anymore. And if you do want to remove it, it's best to use an oil-based remover. So I'm just going to go back in and add some more on this eye, just to match, so my eyes are matching. You can do a second layer. Again, just work quickly. That's all it takes. Just tap, tap, tap. So that's Bianca with mascara and with a few individual lashes. So you can see just the simplicity of that one shadow. Literally took, well, it took a lot longer to do the mascara and the eyelashes than it did to do the eyeshadow. And I just think it looks so, it's simple, but really, really gives you that glamorous look. So next I'm going to show you the shade Angelica. And this is a really beautiful silvery taupe. So this is more of a brownie neutral, I guess you'd say. Just going to apply it again over my lids. I've actually already got my lashes on, but this is fine. I can just tap behind. I'm just going to do a really simple wash again over both eyelids. So on the next eye, again, about 3 taps. I use my middle finger. Kind of tap it in first, get it all across the eyelid, and then just start to blend those edges. Then you can use another clean finger if you want a fresh, clean applicator. And by then you'll feel it set. So that's a wash with Angelica. Just going to apply a little bit more on my eyelids just so I can show you how you can just build up that, almost like the metallicness of it. So it goes from a sheer wash, which is shimmery, into something which just has a bit more shine. I'll put a touch in the inner corner as well. This one's just so easy to wear. And it looks good on everyone, this colour. If you want to have a look on my website, I've shot it on 3 different models. I just think it looks so lovely on everyone. It's kind of a classic staple. Just using a little bit along the lower lash line, blending it with a cotton bud this time. So that's Angelica. The next one I'm going to apply is Lauren, and this is more of a true metallic. So this, like Diana, which is the copper one, are definitely the 2 true metallics. So I'm going to apply it. I'm going to show you also how you can add either powder on top or how you can mix them. So I'm just putting 1 layer firstly, just so you can see how this looks just as a wash. So as a wash, it looks like that. So it just has a really nice kind of metallic sheen to it. So once they set, they really don't move after that, and you will need an oil-based remover to take them off. If you have really oily eyelids, and I know some of the people on my team like to use a primer with these, which you can as well. It's not going to change how they look or change anything about them in terms of how they apply. But if you do have extra oily lids, it will just help them to stay in place even longer. So I put a layer there of the NARS Pro Prime. Now I'm going to go back in and put a heavier layer actually of Lauren. So I'm going to make this as metallic as possible this time. Just tapping into place. And then what you can do is, if you want, you can use obviously 2 shades together. On my website, I think I've done one look using Angelica, which is the taupey silvery shade, with Liza, which is the charcoal shade, and they work really well together. What I'm going to do now is actually add a little bit of Liza, just to show you how you can create layers and use 2 at once. So with this one, for example, if I wanted to do more of a look there where it's got more definition, I'm just going to use a brush. So just kind of layering a little bit of that one at the outer edge. A little bit of the Liza. You will need a brush for this if you want to be more precise. So that just gives more of a kind of shape to the eye. Another thing you can do is use your regular powder eyeshadows on top of the liquid Lurex. So done it as a wash all over. I'm just going to let that dry, which it certainly has set very well by now. And now I'm going to go in with some eyeshadow. This is just a Too Faced palette. I'm going to use the chocolatey brown shade and just go over the top, working a socket or a shape at the outer corner, and they work really nicely as a base. Just if you want to create a little bit more definition there. You can also use them as an eyeliner. So I'm going to use the Liza as a liner. So I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand, or you can take it direct from... I always put the lid back on as well once you've used them, because otherwise they would dry up if you just left them like that. Just going to go in with a small brush. I'm just going to do a really nice line all the way across. Give that a little bit of a slight wing there. So obviously it's quite subtly done, but you could do it a little bit thicker. I'm also going to do along the lower lash here a slightly smoky line there, just to complement that side as well. So really you can just play around with them. So that is just a wash of Lauren with some powder eyeshadow on top, and then Liza as a line. And this one is much more heavily applied Lauren with Liza as a sort of, what should we call that? A kind of defining the corner of the eye, and a little bit smudged underneath as well. Well, I just want to do one last thing. I want to show you how the gold Lauren looks along the lower lash line, because I love it. Absolutely love it as a wash along the lower lash line and into the corner. Just looks so beautiful. I actually really like it almost just as a liner close to the lashes, top and bottom. If you just want like a really subtle but sparkly look, it's so pretty. You can see that. So the next shade I'd love to show you is Diana, and this is a true copper. really metallic copper. It's absolutely beautiful. I particularly love this on deeper skin tones, and I also absolutely love it against blue eyes. It really makes blue eyes glow. So I'm going to invite two models. I'm going to invite Alex, who is a model you probably recognize from my website, and also Olivia, who runs the jewelry here. So I'm going to use the shade Diana on lovely Alex here. I've dabbed from the applicator and now I'm blending with a soft fluffy eye brush. Just a thin layer all over. So that's it. I'm also going to apply it as more of a liner for a bit more impact along the lash line. Alex is already wearing True Velvet lipstick in Decade, and I'm just going to add a touch of Cinnabar on top for a more glam vibe. Okay, that's the finished look. Alex, would you like to try and apply this one, which is called Liza, on your own?
I'd love to. I am not a professional makeup artist.
That's
if
fine.
I can do this, it just shows that anyone can do this.
No, you just need to work quickly. Get it onto the lid and then using your lovely and use your, yeah, you can move it around a bit more, be quite, oh, nice.
I love the application, it's so smooth and the glitter in it isn't heavy at all. It helps.
You're done. There you go. Ready to party? Nice. Looks really nice. Do the other eye.
I'm going to go in a little bit thicker on this eye, just so I can show
now
everyone
you're getting
the
used to the,
difference.
yeah. You can always go in and do a line as well. Oh yeah, nice.
I
Going
love
for the
colour.
full.
It's very rich, but it moves so easily. Wow, it's the consistency. Consistency is amazing.
Come up higher there into your lid area, that's it.
Yeah?
Yeah, just in the centre there. There, that's it. Great. She's doing a winged eye this time. See, quite adventurous. Like it. Oh wow.
I'm trying, I'm slowly learning from you.
That looks very glam. Gorgeous. Wow, it looks really metallic and lovely. I love this eye. I want you to do this eye the same. So just put a bit more on this eye.
Mm-hmm.
So do your second layer. And then if you can blend it in the same way and do the same thing that you just did, we'll be ready to go. Nice.
It's very hard in the sense of everyone always has that one eye, but they can do better than the other side.
Oh yeah, because you're right-handed, right?
I think this eye is actually better than the other side. It needs a little bit more.
Just at the outer edge, you went a bit higher on the... There, that's it. Gorgeous, done. Right, let's put mascara on, and then I also want to show you one other thing. Just going to put a little bit of mascara on, and then I'm going to show you with a brush how you can do it as a little smoky smudge along your lower lash line as well. One other thing I want you to try, I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand, is try with this brush, just pick up some of the colour and then just smoke along your lower lash line with that. So if you...
Like I'm doing...
Yeah, like a eyeliner, just on the outside. On the outside of the eye, that's it. Along the lash line, that's good. Yeah, just underneath the lashes almost. Yeah, just gives a little bit of a sparkle there. And then if you want to, you can go in and just smoke it up a little bit more. Nice, let's see. Yeah, that looks lovely. I'm going to put some mascara on there, and I'm also going to show you how you can use Angelica just at the inner corner for a pop of shine. I'm actually going to use a little bit of Bianca now. Just look up for me, hon. So this is more of a lilac-y colour, just at the inner corner. Nice. Have a look at that. Cute. Oh, I think this is just looking so glam and gorgeous. I'm going to add a touch more highlighter because you can't go full 70s nightclub without a whole lot of highlighter. This side. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I feel like you need to go straight out, Alex. You look amazing. Thank you so much for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
And then here's Olivia wearing Diana, and you can see how beautiful this looks. Oh, makes your eyes look so blue. And here it is on our green-eyed model, Lillian. So I've just taken off my mismatched eyes and redone my eyes ready because I'm actually going out tonight. I've used Bianca all over the lids and at the inner corner, and I used Angelica just along the lower lash line. Again, it took me about 2 minutes to do my eye makeup. So the great thing is, for quite an impactful eye look, it's so effortless and so foolproof. You can literally do your makeup in the taxi on the way to a party and without a mirror, which we love. So if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'd support at lisaeldridge.com, or you can just DM me on my Instagram or social media. It's quick, it's fun, and it's chic, and I can't wait to see the looks you're going to create with it.